What if I told you Kenya's national airline just lost $138 million right after finally making a profit? This is Kenya News Update today. Coming up, you'll discover how grounded Dreamliners and a Middle East war created a financial nightmare for Kenya Airways. Meet Mary Mwenga, the chief financial officer. She just dropped shocking numbers, a pre-tax loss of 18 billion Kenyan shillings for 2025. That's over 138 million US dollars. This comes right after the airline celebrated its first pre-tax profit in more than a decade in 2024. Imagine that. 1 year you're finally in the black after 10 years of struggle. The next year, you're $138 million in the red. But here's the twist. This isn't a simple story of bad management. It's a story of global chaos hitting home. The company's performance was partly caused by some of its Boeing 787 Dreamliner jets being temporarily grounded. Why? Global supply chain constraints. Mwenga explained it clearly. We had limited supply of parts, limited availability of engines, as well as even aircraft. So planes worth hundreds of millions were sitting idle because they couldn't get spare parts. That's the reality of 2025's broken global supply chains. But then something unexpected happened. While some planes were grounded, demand for seats on other flights absolutely surged. Why? The effects of war in the Middle East. Acting CEO George Camel revealed their strategy. We took advantage of the current situation and mainly rerouted a lot of customers from Europe. Instead of rerouting through the Gulf, they are back to reroute through Kenya, through our hub in Nairobi. So the conflict diverted air traffic, and Kenya Airways tried to capture it. Most of these new passengers were coming from Europe, the United States, and Asia. That's a massive shift in global travel patterns. But here's the problem: the extra passengers weren't enough to offset the losses from the grounded Dreamliners. The math just didn't work. And then, the airline made a bold countermove. With a fleet of roughly 40 aircraft, they announced plans to add extra planes to their London Heathrow route starting in July. That's a direct play for more profitable long-haul business traffic. Camel also dropped another bombshell. The airline is aiming to increase its haulage capacity by 250 tons by the end of 2026. That's cargo. They're not just betting on passengers anymore, they're betting on freight in a big way. So let's break this down. A historic profit in 2024 followed by a catastrophic loss in 2025. Grounded jets because of global parts shortages. A war creating unexpected passenger demand. And now a dual strategy, more planes to London and a huge cargo capacity increase. What does this mean for Kenya? This is about national pride and economic stability. Kenya Airways is our flag carrier. Its performance directly affects tourism, trade, and Kenya's position as East Africa's aviation hub. Some experts will say this shows dangerous vulnerability to global shocks. Others will argue it shows remarkable resilience and quick adaptation. But the big, unanswered question remains: can this recovery plan actually work? The airline is banking on the London expansion and cargo growth to turn things around fast. But with global supply chains still fragile and geopolitical tensions unpredictable, it's an incredibly high-stakes gamble. Every Kenyan taxpayer has a stake in this. Do you think Kenya Airways can bounce back from this $138 million loss? Drop your take in the comments. Subscribe to Kenya News Update today for more breaking news that impacts your wallet and our nation.